Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. I told you I was going to do these power videos, just discuss some stuff with y'all. 'Cause like I said, I value y'all opinion. I never said I know every fucking thing. So I want to hear what everybody has to say about this situation. Because one of the things is with the Tariq character from Ghost, Book 2. And you know, it's a question of whether you like the character and whether you see him as a good guy or a bad guy. Now I know Courtney Kemp has tried to somehow make him into a sympathetic figure to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, I know she's trying to put him in situations where his character is sort of likable, but at the end of the day, you're not never going to really be all in as far as being a supporter of Tariq because you kind of don't respect him because at the end of the day, a lot of people were shocked and disappointed by the fact that Courtney Kemp wrote into the script where Tariq kills his father, which is Ghost. Now, before somebody comes in here, I already know what somebody gonna say later on in the video, but I'm gonna tackle that right away when I get to the point that I'm about to make. Yeah, I know Tommy killed his father, but apples and oranges. In real life, there is a difference on how black fathers are perceived versus white fathers. So you're already shut down. Don't even try it. You can take that somewhere else. T Grizzly, no effort. But nevertheless, one of the reasons why people don't like Tariq's character and why you can never see him as a sympathetic character, despite the fact that he killed Ghost, his own father. Yes, Ghost wanted him to turn himself in for the Ray murder, but kind of you thinking he probably wouldn't have went through with it when it was all said and done. And then at the end of the day, Tariq told Ghost that all Ghost does is think about himself and everything he does is for Ghost. Well, what do you think Tariq is doing? He says he's doing it for his mother, but at the end of the day, Tariq is only out for Tariq. And just like Ghost, he is a master manipulator. One thing Ghost could do, he could manipulate people in his favor. And like I said, I really hope somewhere down the line, Courtney Kemp, and maybe the people that talk to Courtney Kemp when she does her live streams can ask her somewhere later down the line for Tariq to show more remorse, a lot of remorse for killing his own father. That was a hard pill to swallow for some people, and it got to the point to where Michael Rainey Jr. got actual death threats. People wanted to actually whoop his ass in real life, and I had to tell people, calm down. He's just playing a character. Calm down. And I know how it is to get into something to where you mistakenly get TV mixed up with real life, But I understand people are just playing a character. But that just goes to show you how good his acting is. He is a good young actor for somebody his age. And I think whenever he's done with this show, I do think that his career is going to skyrocket. This is going to do a lot for him. Okay. For Michael Rainey Jr. But let's go back a little bit. Let's go back in time a little bit. His history. leading up to his sister's death, he just came across as, and I'm sorry, as an ungrateful, snot-nosed, privileged punk. I think in the long run, he didn't appreciate what was done for him and why his father did what he tried to do and why he wanted him not to participate in the game, because he wanted to provide a life outside of the game. And he wanted to make sure he had the best education and all that type of stuff. That's why Ghost put it in his will to where he can't touch his inheritance until he graduates from college with at least, what, a 3.0. So basically he has to stay in school as well as, do that other stuff. And then you just, like I said, you just look at his character. He just really got to the point. Yes, I know his father had an extramarital affair. But then again, so did his mother. She had multiple, to be honest with you. And as I said before, Tasha is not a victim. And I will talk about her later on, her character. And why Courtney Kemp is full of it to try to make it seem like Tasha is a victim, and she's not. Because at the end of the day, Tasha is just like Ghost. She only looks out for herself. Okay, now, but let's get back to Michael Rainey Jr. Let's get back to the Tariq character. Towards the 5th and the 6th season, you really started to see his character show out. He wanted to get in the game. He was, and like Ghost was really trying to help him. He really was trying to be a father to him. And yes, Ghost could be selfish at times, but at the end of the day, he did love his son. And like I said before, his son towards him came off as an ungrateful little punk. And we have to keep it 100. And then what made people really not like him, keep in mind, when he has that showdown with Tommy on the season finale of Book 2 Ghosts, Tommy reminds him of the stuff that he did. Keep in mind, he tried to set Tommy up to get killed by the Italians. Keep in mind, he staged a kidnapping to get ransom so he could split the money with the Italians. He was stealing from Tommy. Then keep in mind, when Tommy and Ghost was funking, he flat up act like he was okay with Tommy killing his father. It was just a lot of things. His character, you looked at his character like, man, what the fuck is wrong with him, dude? That's your pops. Do you think if somebody came to me talking about, would you be okay if me and your dad went to war? Motherfucker, what? You'll be lucky if you're still breathing after even saying that. It was just a lot of things that his character did that just made you not like, for real. And then keep in mind, he set Kanan up. And I think that's who he was talking about when he met his best friend. Because he really didn't roll with too many people. Remember, he set Kanan up to get killed via Tasha. Because Tasha didn't want Tariq hanging around Kanan. And Kanan was teaching him a lot of crazy shit. Keep in mind, I think Kanan, to a certain degree, put that battery, in his back for him to have the audacity, as you want to put it, or the urge to kill Ghost. Remember, Kanan said, you ain't no real killer unless you take out somebody you love. Keep in mind, Kanan's character killed his own son. Which, that was bananas. So, and that's why I questioned some of the writing of Courtney Kemp. So, Courtney Kemp then, when she does one of her live streams, she say, well, I don't understand why people hate the Tariq character. Well, that's why. because how you developed him. There's no way you can get around him like taking out his own father, plotting against his father throughout the season, setting up, staging robberies to extort money out his father and Tommy. I mean, like I said, on top of the other stuff he did. And then the other issue that people seem to have is just how him and his mother Tasha is just like it's just so random. Like Tasha don't care that her son killed his own father. So people look like, what is this? So this is kind of why a lot of people have, a lot of, brothers and sisters have issues with this. Now, probably somebody like, certain YouTube, content creators who, whose channel is only dedicated to attacking black men, they probably love it. But, this is why people don't like the Tariq character. He's not a good guy at all. He's not a good person at all. And he's really just as selfish as his dad. He only cares about Tariq. At the end of the day, it's about always looking out for Tariq. So since he has came to grips on who he is when he says ghosts never die, like I said, I hope Courtney Kemp, for her sake, start making him at least start to be more and more remorseful of his character killing his father. That's all I have to say. This your boy Town Biz. Let me know what you think. I'm out.